Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this new edition of Today's Youth. Today we'll be talking about the hearing impaired and a new system that will help them a lot manage their lives. Right after this short break. There are over 600 million people who have hearing disabilities, and for them, communication with society at large can sometimes be difficult. So we have two options. We can all learn sign language, or we can simply find an easier way to communicate. Talk to the hands is a word that have been said in the Terminator movie by the actor Arnold Schwarzenegger from about 30 years ago. Now we can really talk to the hands as hands can talk too. Now we can hear hearing impaired people's non-spoken words, understand their needs. Now we can communicate with deaf. Today's episode is about a state-of-the-art system that allows the hearing impaired to communicate with others by translating in real time sign language into voice and text. Free from sensors or electronic attachments on the hands, and using a technically specific camera, the system is unparalleled in its ability to visually record the smallest hand movement and then vocalize their translation. Welcome back, and we're joined today by Mr. Mahmoud Foley, Human Development Consultant. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I would first like you to introduce yourself before we start talking about the new invention that you've been sharing and participating in developing.
Okay. First, I would like to thank you and thank all everybody for being here. During my last 17 years of experience, I have been working as a business consultant and a mentor and a human development instructor with more than 5,000 hours of mentorship and training and workshops to individuals, entrepreneurs, and business owners and executives.
Right.
This is our main concern.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a certified mentor to many NGOs and SMEs, small and medium enterprises. And I have been honored by being the hands that help, that enable many products to appear in the market and services.
Right, right. I would like you to explain to me or define the word human development.
This is a lot of bit something that might be complicated, but it's too simple. Mm-hmm. In order to, we have to develop ourselves as a human being. Mm-hmm. So we will develop ourselves either in our practical life or in our personal life. So when we talk about our practical life, we want to have a better job, better opportunities. Mm-hmm. So we have some courses like negotiation skills, like customer service, like sales, like marketing, and all of the courses that might enable us to have a better opportunities.
Right.
Concerning our personal life, we have we might have communication skills, we might have many courses that enable us to deal in a better way and with the others, either with our families or with our neighbors or our people that we used to deal with.
Right. We were here. Would you like to comment on this video?
Here is the device that our team has developed in order to enable all the hearing impaired to be able to communicate with the world. The problem lies that when all people with hearing disabilities used to communicate, they do their signs in front of everybody, but unfortunately nobody understands what they are doing. So, and we can say that we, all of us, when we travel to a country that we don't know where we the language, we use sign language. So there is a problem that there have to be a translator that make this sign language into into word written or that we can hear.
Right.
This is our device that what it do. It translates sign language into words that could be heard or read. This is the idea. And this is one of the experiments that we use to show it working with one of the deaf, and Mr. Mohammed Al-Wazir is one of the hearing impaired person. He's really happy after Mr. Mohammed Al-Wazir, the CEO of the company. This is what happened in the video.
Right. Would you tell me, how did you get interested in such a field?
I'll tell you. Nobody is perfect. Everybody have defects and disabilities and so on. So, and in a way, we need somebody to help us, and God enabled us to find many people that help us to find our ways. So after a while, you have a cumulative experience, so you find yourself, you gain enough money, you have a lot of relation, so you have to invest it and give it back to the society.
Right.
So this is the idea. In order to, as we have been helped in the past, we have to help the other people in the future.
Manage their lives and so on.
Exactly.
Right. Would you tell me, how did you start thinking of this new device?
Actually, on daily basis, we see PWD or people with disability, either with hearing impaired or hearing disability or others. So they are, if we face troubles, they face more and more troubles. This is, so the idea is that there must be somebody that provides them a hand to help them. So when we are riding the metro, while when we are going anywhere, you can see them talking to each other just by signs, just by their hands. And everybody looking at them, what they are doing. They do them, look at them as freaks or as aliens. So this is the trouble. So Mr. Mohammed Al-Wazir and his co-worker or co-founder, Mr. Ayman Taha, has developed the idea of making Kintrans this device that enables them to translate the sign language. And that was the issue.
How could this device help so many people change their lives actually?
I'll tell you something. The problem lies when they cannot communicate. So when the device will be enabled and there in every public places like airport, shopping malls, different restaurants and hospitals, all of these public places, they can go directly to the kiosk or the place where the Kintrans or the hearing device, hearing translator or the sign language translator is there. So they start, so everybody can understand them. So they start not to be eliminated from the society. This is what we want to do. So,
right. How did the team working on this new device formed at the beginning? How did you get the people working with you? Did you look for talented people or people with a certain expertise in this field? What was your major concern?
Actually, there is two major criteria of selection. First, people who can understand, who are human, if we can say, who can understand the need of the others, can understand the problem of the other. This is one. So we want human being. Plus, we want person who have, of course, the technology that can make it come to the light, make the device come to the light. So it's not only technology or being informed, but also you have to be human enough in order to understand or use this technology to the good of PWD or people with disabilities or hearing disabilities.
How is the work distributed among all who are taking part in this work?
I get your pardon?
How did you distribute the work among all the participants in this work?
Of course, we are working on a team work, and this is our key of success, as we used to say. Everybody has his or her strengths in his field or his point. So we start to divide tasks in order to make sure that everything has been handled in the right time and the best quality, and of course the minimum cost in order to be appropriate enough, with a price appropriate enough for the device to be expanded everywhere. This is the main. So, and especially that many of us are in different countries. As example, me, I'm working here in Egypt, Mr. Mohammed Wazir in UAE, and another one in England, and so on. Mr. Ayman Taha in Egypt too, and so on. Mr. Hazim in Egypt. So we have to communicate time and be able to make it happen through teamwork.
Right. From the day you start working on this device, tell me how did you did the work among you? How did you go through? What was the sequence you went through until you finished and completed the whole thing?
I'll tell you. This is a great question. First, we have to build the idea.
Right.
We have to understand the situation. We have to understand their main concern in order not to solve a problem they didn't face. Then we start to make a design for the system and see how it works. When we see a lot of electronic games that use the many devices to translate motion into something within the game, to get involved into the game, we say that okay, this could be happen for the problem with hearing disabilities too. Then we start to build the software integrated with the hardware itself. A lot of companies that from its social responsibilities, it provide help, and this is what happened. So we start to make the first pilot or the first device that work indeed and do translate sign language.
Okay, would you tell me how does human development and mentorship link to such an amazing initiative?
This is something related in a very strong way. We can say that we have to get the idea in order to develop the life of all people with disability, also with hearing disabilities, hearing impaired. So we first we understand, as I have been say from a while, their needs. Then we have to tell them that it's not the idea not to wait for the world to learn sign language. No, you have to also to do your best. You have to discover your strengths and weakness, work on your weakness in order to make this communication have to be two ways, not from one way too.
Right.
So from our part, we make this device can trans, and from their point or their part, they have to be able to unblock all the shields that they have built in front of themselves in order to protect themselves from the society.
Right.
So this is the role of human development and mentorship. Through understanding, through being there for them. So, and this is what I'm asking everybody to, that if in the Middle Age they say one for all and all for one, we say that we have to do it in our age right now. We have to be there for everybody to help them, at least with a smile.
Tell me, how does participating in international conferences and events help innovators and people with creative ideas achieve what they want?
Of course, this helps a lot, either in spreading the word, either through having a lot of new ideas, having a lot of relations that might help, getting to know, introduce the idea to the world, make it, make the dream come true. So when you are winking in the dark, nobody can realize what you are doing. Right. But when you go here and there, understand, get use and benefit from other ideas that might help in providing your service or your product to life. So we have to travel here and there, understand, get to know and read on the internet. What about news? Make correspondence in order to ask for help, not to be shy, because it's really important.
Right. In the process of doing this and achieving such a great innovation, of course you've faced a lot of obstacles. Would you tell us about that?
Exactly, a lot of obstacles.
Right.
Because nothing go right from the first time.
Of course.
First,
so there were several trials. There were several trials.
Of course, of course. Right. And then you might even doubt about, is it gonna work or not? You think, now it's gone. So it starts by the idea. The idea is not mature enough. After, especially after you meet one of the hearing impaired, he tell you or she tell you, no, this is not gonna work. So you have to continue, ask many of them. You might be mispresenting the idea to him or her. This is one. Then we have to try the software. The software face a lot of bugs, a lot of problems. Finding the hardware that might be compatible with the software, changing is the main idea. You have to continuously change and make alternate or amendment in order to make it work. So, and of course at the end, the main obstacle is to make the world understand and use it.
Right. I understand that you won an award for this new innovation. Would you tell me about that award?
Alhamdulillah, we have selected in Seed Star World Dubai as the best project in the Middle East, which is qualify us to Seed Star International in Switzerland next February, inshallah. Right. And this, of course, we can express it as some kind of appreciation of all the efforts that have been spent in all this project for all the team. So it's an opportunity for us to make the right marketing and tell everybody that we are on the right way, we are on the right track. And this, of course...
when will you start using this device in practice?
We hope, inshallah, in 2015, right. We will start making it on a commercial basis, because till now it's working exactly, but we continue our experiment. We continue enlarging the dictionary of the sign language, because as you might know that sign language differ from one country to another. It might differ also from one country, the same country. The Arabic sign language differ from
The English,
from the French, from the Dutch, and so on.
So you need to transfer this to different alphabets. And
It's the same as the translator. When we ask from to English to French, English to Arabic, so it will translate English sign language to English. Arabic sign language to Arabic or whatever. This is all, we make a pre-selection in the beginning, and then the software will do the rest. They will just do their signs, and we will just listen to the written words or read it by our own eyes.
Right, before moving on to talking about your next step and your plans for the future, I would just like to remind our viewers that we have a Facebook page, Today's Youth Nile TV International. If you would like to send your comments or any questions, that's available. And also this episode is retransmitted Sunday at 1:30. Right, I would like to know about your plans for the future after you won that prestigious award.
Actually, right now we would like to, how can I say, make an awareness campaign for the society in order to start being accepting PWD, people with disability. To start, and not only the people with hearing disabilities, in order to be able to communicate, make the life easier for them, be human with them. This is our next, because this, of course, will help us to make their life better, which is our own aim. Make the life of people with disability, and especially with the hearing impaired, more easier. So marketing the project, enabling more investors to come and support the idea and make it happen.
Right, what are your long-term and short-term plans for the future?
We hope, in our short-term plan, we hope to expand it and make it happen, and make everybody all over the world see the product in public places, start to communicate, start to understand that they have rights. This is from one place. And of course, having more investment in this project in order to expand. From as a long term, we want to make this product even handy, in order to enable not to have to, the people with disabilities or hearing disabilities, not have to a certain place or kiosk to have, no, they might have it on their hand, like as we
like
use mobiles.
Or
like a watch or a mobile, so they can talk to anybody everywhere in the street, and that device will translate. We call it the Kintrans Handy, and we believe that, inshallah, within 2 years, this will might be
the new
available.
invention. So you're planning to invent a smaller device that can be used personal,
exactly,
by any
by any person with hearing disabilities.
With hearing disabilities, right? And how are you going to market this device in Egypt and all over the world?
Of course, by putting sample in public places, this is because introducing the product to the society is our main concern right now. From the other hand, we have to make this awareness campaign that I have talked about from a little bit, because this, if any product has the public acceptance, it will go on easily, and it will succeed. But if we can enable everybody to understand their problem, the other one, so using social media, using internet, using TV programs like we are doing right now, in order to make everybody understand that there is a problem, because the neglectance of people, that everything is going well, is a common word that we used to hear.
Right. And do you think this device will be expensive, or will it be easy for anyone to buy?
Of course, in the beginning, the cost of technology is always too high. So that's why we are asking hospitals and public places, airport and restaurant, the big brand, to be the niche or be the starting wave of buying the product and make it commercial. This will enable us to cover the beginning cost of technology and go to phase 2, which will enable us to decrease the cost, have it handy in have it possible to wear it everywhere or be everywhere. And as you have make in the introduction, we have more than 600 million persons with hearing disabilities or hearing impaired all over the world. So it's a big number. We have to be there for them, and that's why I'm asking all the investor, all the public area, and even the private sector to support the idea and support the project. Not only, I'm not asking for money, but we are asking for real support by understanding, by listening to the presentation, by reading about the problem of the PWD or people with disabilities.
Did you get any government support?
We can say yes or no, and no in the same time. Yes, because there is a lot, all the learnings that we have got in our universities and so on, which is enable us to achieve what we have achieved.
Right.
Without it, we cannot do anything. But how can we say? We have to understand the situation. Not everything has to be upon the shoulder of the government or as we used to say. So we have to go there to be like the water. It finds its way. If you catch some water in your hand, it will go away. This is how we should treat ourselves. To find alternative, go here, go there, ask for help, not be shy to help yourself or others to achieve what they want.
Right. Mahmoud Foley, Human Development Consultant, many thanks for your input.
Thank you.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, with this we wrap up this edition of Today's Youth. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Nile TV International.